Kia ora, tēnā koutou, Ani, Suguli, ko Renae Maihi tōku ingoa, he uri ahau no Ngāpuhi, no Te Arua, he wahine Māori ahau, no Rotorua, no reira tēnā koutou katoa. My name is Renae Maihi. I am from the Ngāpuhi and Te Arua tribes. I'm Māori from New Zealand. I'm a writer and director in film and have been for the last 15 years. Today I won Best Dramatic Feature film, which is an amazing award. I accepted it on behalf of our team, which consisted of multiple directors. We Are Still Here is the name of the film, and it's a story about resilience. I've been coming to this festival for many years. The first film, short film I had in this festival many years ago, won Best Short, and then I made a few more short films, and then in 2017 I came back with another feature film and opened imagineNATIVE 2017 and also TIFF, and We Are Still Here is the second feature film that I've had in this festival and TIFF, and I'm just so pleased that I've come full circle and won Best Dramatic Feature, but of course it's a shared award, and I'm glad that I was able to be here today to accept it. The film We Are Still Here is an Indigenous co-production between New Zealand and Australia, and it involves 8 voices, 4 Aboriginal Australian, 2 teams of Māori from New Zealand and Pacifica voices, and really it's a story of resilience. Initially, the trigger point to make this film came because a couple of years ago, New Zealand and the South Pacific were about to celebrate 250 years since Captain James Cook came down into our territories. However, from our perspective as Indigenous peoples, it wasn't a celebration because our lives changed hugely once settlers came down. So we wanted to have an opportunity to tell this from our perspective. So Penny Smallacombe of Screen Australia reached out to the New Zealand Film Commission and said, how about we do a co-production? And then all of our teams were brought together. And so at the time when they brought our different teams together, we weren't too sure what stories we were going to tell. I was certain of what I wanted to say, and over a series of 2 years of development, we all came together and brought We Are Still Here to the screen. And so it's hard to nail down, but it is a story of survival. imagineNATIVE is an incredibly important film festival to not just obviously First Nations communities here, but also global communities around the world. A few years ago in 2019, we celebrated 20 years, which was a real milestone. This festival's been a part of my life for many years. As I said before, I was still a young filmmaker in my 20s when I first came here, and my son was very small, and now I've just turned 40 and I'm a new grandmother. So the community has become a part of my family, and it's wonderful to see the growth and development of all of the filmmakers around the world. I watched a film by Trevor Solway yesterday, and I remember him when he was very, very young, and to see how far he's come in his storytelling career is incredible. My partner I met through imagineNATIVE in 2017. I came up with a film that was in TIFF, and later, as I mentioned before, opened imagineNATIVE. And then I was invited to another film festival in Sydney, and she also went to that film festival on behalf of imagineNATIVE, and 5 years later we're still together. So there are many relationships, community, friendships and love stories that have come out of this festival. Taika Waititi, who is Māori, also came through this festival. We've had a lot of success over the years all around the world, and it's great being able to watch our people thrive and grow, and to know that those relationships were built here at imagineNATIVE Film Festival. So hugely important festival. This is unlike any other career. So a piece of advice that I'd give to my young self is that while you'll see your friends follow a pretty well-trodden trajectory or career path in the careers that they've chosen, the more traditional careers, when you are a storyteller and a filmmaker, often you're built different and you are doing it because you want to tell stories to serve your community, or you want to get something out of your system. And so it may take a little bit longer because you're also resolving your own trauma, particularly our Indigenous community. We often come with trauma. So what I'd say is that don't worry, and all will come together in time. And when it does, it will be well worth it. And so I say that to my young self and my present self as well, that just keep going and know that, time has a wisdom of its own. I'm a cinephile. I love cinema. My hopes for Indigenous film is that Taika's not the only person in the space, at the top level. I wish that more of us are in the space and that there's more Indigenous voices making films that have widespread audiences across the world so that we can share who we are and bring a little bit more understanding, pride to our people. So I hope that our stories become the new wave of cinema. That's what I hope.